Do.
Yeah.
It's first time in a pub for 10 years, and we're in Yorkshire. We're in Yorkshire Corner. Have you seen it?
Oh,
Yorkshire.
And Harrogate.
Harrogate. I were born in Harrogate, in North Yorkshire.
Ah.
Yep. So, because we're in this Yorkshire Corner, everybody's going to drink way too much, start bringing up loads of shit that's happened in the past, and we're going to end up fighting each other. That's exactly what's going to happen because we're in the Yorkshire Corner.
It's a Christmas do. What do you want?
There's no Christmas decorations in here, is there?
Good. I fucking
No,
hate Christmas.
I think that's the time that you need to keep a pub kind of no time. It could be any time of the year. That's why you get your customers drinking. You don't want to have
But is that Budweiser stuff up there? Is that
That's
kind
for
of
the World
tinsel? Is that your tinsel though?
that's a Christmas, a Budweiser. And they can't even sell any beer, right? There's all these blocks on beer.
$22.50.
Yeah, but only in some places.
Yeah. And in hotels. Hotels, they have beer gardens. I watched Chavs on tour.
In Qatar?
Yeah, but you got to go to the 5-star hotels.
Yeah.
And they're probably about, I don't know, $30, $25 for a beer.
For a pint of Budweiser?
Yeah, it's only
I think
Budweiser.
I've
you can
never
get
had
Guinness. 2000 in an Irish pub. It was 2,400 yen. It was on a. My son was watching a YouTube thing about a guy, and he went in there, a Japanese guy. He had a normal, like a tiny little lager, and it was 1,700, and then a pint of Guinness, and he sculled it. It was like 2,400 yen.
Can you get drunk on those prices? I just be going, this is a 200 sip.
But I do like the way that Qatar have just gone, all right, you're here now. All this shit about that you've given us about human rights, this is the night before, we're definitely going to get it, you're not going to take it away from us. Fuck your beer and fuck your rainbow flags.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah. And
48 hours before. To a sponsor, to an American sponsor.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
You can't drink in the stadiums in England, yeah?
Oh yeah, you can.
No, you can't. Yeah, it was.
You cannot. In Holland, you cannot drink in stadiums.
You can.
Alcohol-free beer, or it's 1 or 2%.
You can drink in the concourse. You can't go into your seats.
Oh, you can't go to your seats.
Yeah, that's what
at half time. You go back under the stand, and then you order your pint, and you have a quick pint.
Yeah.
But alcohol beer.
That's what it usually is.
No, alcohol in Holland it's 1% beer, and you can't get drunk of it. If you drink, you still can't get drunk of it.
It's beer. It's
5% alcohol.
Carlsberg.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. So it's a bit like at the football stadium in Sydney. You can buy, because you can drink in Australia, or maybe not after yesterday.
Yeah, I thought it was incredible.
You saw that, yeah?
I just saw a photo of it on BBC. What's happened?
Well, it's not really.
What are they mourning about?
They invaded the pitch and they bashed the keeper.
Yeah. I saw him with blood running down his face. What for?
It was a minor thing, to be honest, compared to European.
Just a derby game. It was Melbourne, wasn't it?
Melbourne, yeah, it was a Melbourne derby.
They went on the pitch and somebody threw a bucket, hit the goalkeeper, and that was it, really.
They let us some flares and abandoned the match. Yeah.
So Melbourne victory, Melbourne
City?
Because Man City owned them, yeah.
Own Melbourne City?
Yeah. Like
Man
New York
City
City
owns...
Yeah, they got the same uniform.
So it was just a Man City, Man United game, really, wasn't it?
Yeah. But Melbourne victory are just like a... Yeah, because the A-League in Australia, they're not real. You've been on you wouldn't have... No, the A-League started 2007. They got first year they got El DePero, he came up, the Italian guy. And then the Japanese guy, and who was the Dwight York?
He came out with Jordan, didn't he?
Yeah. And then the runner, what was his name? Bolt came out and tried to have a go.
He wasn't good enough for it.
No.
Bolt? You saying Bolt?
Yeah. He tried to come out.
Were it at Melbourne or Brisbane?
No, Central Coast Mariners.
That's
Gosford.
Yeah. And he wasn't good enough for it.
He got a goal or something in a friendly match against a local amateur side.
How is that possible? The fastest man in the world goes over to football.
But that's what he wanted to do. That's what he wanted to do, because he were always saying, I want to get to play for Manchester United one day.
Well, I mean, the publicity alone, club would say, come and join us for the publicity. You've got the fastest man in the world.
I don't think they even paid him. I think he just they gave him a free apartment. Like, you ever been to Gosford?
Nope.
Central, it's in between Newcastle and Sydney, so it's one of those home and away type places. Nothing to do.
I drove from Cairns to Sydney. I'd have gone through it, but I didn't stop there.
No one stops there.
No. So, have you been getting up for every game, or just the Dutch games?
I think I've been watching maybe 95%.
I've not been watching the midnight games.
No. I get up at 5 for the second half.
I mean, unless I fall asleep, which I usually do, but yeah, digests or recorded versions later on. Yeah.
I only watched live. I watched the whole England, France, and I watched Australia against Argentina live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had it. England had it.
I know. Another
Same old story.
Story.
man.
Yeah,
It's always
yeah.
models it. Yeah.
Yeah.
the English always they put it down to we had it in mind. I think this year it's going to happen this year, and then something happens and it doesn't happen. Yeah, because it is.
Should have been an England-Brazil final. The two best teams in the tournament. That's what it should have been.
No way, no.
But I think what England do, they did it right in 2014, where they came bottom and they went straight home with Italy. That's how they should do it every time, because they get out of the group and then you think, oh, okay, and then they get past the first last 16, like fucking hell, and as soon as you say fucking hell, that's when they fuck it up.
Well, that's why France, who's like surgically goes through the matches, just very professionally, not a big thing, just go through it like a motion, go through the motion, and they're in the final. There they are.
Yeah.
But how many injuries do they have? And they've
Tons.
got
France
loads.
did have a
haven't they?
couple, yeah.
Fucking loads. Benzema's out. Pogba.
Yeah, but you still got a bench better than any other
Our
club.
bench were better than theirs.
Yeah, England had the best bench
Fuck
on it. Yeah.
me. You lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Southgate wasn't the man for the job.
No, but it's going on. This morning I read he's
Is he keep-
continuing.
I-
Oh, I thought they were going to kick him out.
No. This morning's news is that he's going to stay.
I want him to keep going.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you? Look at we had Hodgson, and then we had Allardyce, who then did a game and got done for corruption. He played one game against Slovakia, in which somebody scored in the 90th minute, 100% record, and then Southgate got it. And since Southgate's had it, you don't have the nerves going into games anymore. I wasn't nervous against France.
No, I thought they were going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
before, you'd be like, in 1990, fucking hell, Germany.
I remember watching that game.
Fuck
yeah.
me, Germany.
Yeah.
And we were in tears that World Cup. Fucking tears.
94, you went there.
Where were you?
I was in Sydney at the time, yeah, so I remember.
1990.
I was sitting in Bondi. I watched it in Bondi Hotel.
What time would that have been?
I remember. I think it was probably like. It was in Italy, wasn't it? So
It was 7 o'clock.
It was an evening game, wasn't it?
It was 7 o'clock at night I were in Bridlington.
Oh, it would have been about
City of Lights.
4 in the morning. I think it was 4 in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
It went before.
Because it went to penalties and then Chris
Yeah.
Waddle skied it.
That's right.
Well, and Stuart Pearce, I think, first.
Yeah, but
missed it.
he's were on target. That was
Yeah,
saved.
but so what? It doesn't count. Doesn't
But Chris
count.
Waddle skied it. You know, you've got to get it on target. I mean, what the fuck were Harry Kane playing at?
No.
Get it on fucking target.
That was
Jeez.
England's best song ever too. New Order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
World in Motion.
Yeah.
World in Motion. And then we didn't get to the next one. Didn't get to USA 94. Fuck that up.
That was a great World Cup USA. I remember that.
Where did Holland go in that?
I think we were beat by Brazil.
Yeah, Bulgaria got to the semi-finals.
Brazil won it, didn't they?
I think so, but we beat Argentina.
No, Italy won. Oh, no, Brazil. Italy
Brazil
won.
won it.
Was it
lost
who
it.
was the-
Over to your memory bank. 'Cause you got all
Yeah,
these
no,
stats.
it was a dramatic time.
They lost against that fella with ponytail.
Yeah, what's his name? The Italian guy.
Fuck.
Not Vialli.
Baggio or something.
Baggio.
Yeah,
Roberto
Baggio.
Baggio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Bergkamp's great goal against Argentina?
Was that 94?
God, I don't know.
You see,
Bergkamp.
everybody in England jumped on the island wagon.
That's what we
And
all
that first game against
Italy.
Italy.
Yeah, 1-0.
Yeah.
In Chicago.
And Staunton, Staunton scored that goal. Fucking brilliant. Because Jack Charlton said he just looked up in stand and because it was New York, half of the place were Irish, half of the place were Italian.
Wow.
And he said, fucking, he were overwhelmed. And then they beat him. Fucking brilliant. Brilliant.
I was thinking. I remember the '98 second round match against Argentina. Remember 2-1 in France. Yeah.
2000
'98.
France, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember they
Beckham's
played
red card.
Argentina,
Yeah.
and it was a red card. Wasn't it?
Beckham.
Beckham.
Yeah. Because I was on a prison escort at the hospital, and I remember there was a Krim. He was an Aboriginal, so we didn't really have to worry about him running away anywhere.
Yeah.
And handcuffed to bed, and we just basically I worked in there's two of us. He's a pommy bloke, an old 10-pound pom. And we just sat with the old big TV box, just watching it. And he was getting all, because he was a real soccer fan. He was all upset and going nuts. I think he's going to hit the poor old prisoner at the end.
That's horrible, actually. That story.
San Diego, because Michael Owen scored that goal, didn't he?
Yeah,
and then he
yeah.
went running off like this. So he can't remember that.
Yeah.
That was a brilliant goal, and then they got one back. Beckham kicked Simone. He
that's
went
right,
fucking
Yeah,
tumbling
yeah.
like a fucking acrobat. He got sent off, and then Sol Campbell scored. And he was celebrating, and the ref waved it away, and then they were back up the other end.
That was Scotland's last World Cup too, yeah?
Scotland's.
Last World Cup.
Was it?
Yeah, they haven't been in since, yeah.
No, but that's what then Argentina goes through and Holland beats Argentina in the next round.
Did you?
Yeah, that's that Bergkamp goal. Bong bong, right in.
Because Beckham were getting death threats for 4 fucking years.
He was getting bullets in
bullets in
envelopes.
mail and everything, at West Ham, I think Manchester United's first game were West Ham away, and they had an effigy of him hung from stands outside. Yeah.
Well, that all blew over.
2002 World Cup, watched it here. Yeah.
Were you here?
Oh, yeah,
I've been here since
Were you
99.
here?
Yeah.
You would have been
yeah.
here. I met you in September 2002.
That was Japan, and I was working at Ogura with Mrs. Muratsu, the mad lady.
Yeah, then you got me that job.
Yeah.
You gave me that job. That's right. I took your job over.
Yeah.
I were in Australia.
I didn't see any of the games. I mean, I didn't go to any games.
That's where I met my wife. She was working in a pop-up, a little bar in Kabukicho. That's where I met her. She was working there. I went down there every day harassing her.
Stalking.
Romantic
Yeah, I
little
did. Yeah,
story.
I went down every single day, scared everyone off.
Yeah, that was a good World Cup.
So England beat Argentina in Sapporo, didn't they?
1-0.
And
It was a penalty, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit of revenge.
Watch
scored
at the
it.
karaoke box.
Yeah.
And because Argentina shit it that World Cup, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because it were England, Nigeria, Argentina, and somebody else.
Argentina got knocked out, didn't it?
Switzerland?
No,
I can't
it would have been
remember.
some other shit team from some
But Argentina went, and then England met Brazil.
quarterfinal. And that goal, who was the keeper? He's like 42. What was his name? From Arsenal?
Shilton.
Seaman,
Yeah.
Seaman.
Yeah.
David Seaman, Yorkshireman.
That's another World Cup England should have won because it was a shit World Cup. There's no good teams.
Yep, but I mean that World Cup was straight after the season had finished because they brought it forwards because of the rainy season.
Yeah, it was started in
So
June.
everybody were fucked because they'd had no rest,
Yeah.
and they'd just come straight here.
What?
Yeah.
I remember that. They changed the dates.
Change the dates.
Because it started the first week of June. I remember it was
Oh, I
wasn't
thought that was.
June-
I thought that
June
in
12th.
Qatar is the first time that it was changed.
No, June 12th to July 12th it usually is, isn't it? But they brought it forward to June the 1st, and everybody had finished their regular season
okay.
middle of May or third week in May.
Yeah.
God, how do you remember that shit so much? How do you remember these things? That's incredible.
Because we're middle-aged men.
Yeah,
And that's what we do.
I have got
I'm
fucking.
middle aged.
We're 50. You're not 50 yet.
I have got nothing else going.
Close to it.
I've got nothing else going in my fucking life.
No.
Statistics.
Yeah, so they brought that forward, so everybody were fucked. So it was another good chance of England going through, and they got Brazil, and they went in front to Brazil. They were fucking holding their own, and then they got that one.
Yes, I remember that now.
They got that little shitty goal behind the wall, Brazil, didn't they,
Yeah, that's
before
right,
half time. And they just, and even Steve McLaren, where he said years afterwards at half time, he said, oh, he knew we're not winning this. We're not winning this. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, 2006 lost to Portugal, was it?
Lost to Portugal, on penalties.
Penalties.
Yeah, that was a horrible one. I think Holland lost Portugal in the same World Cup.
2010 4-1 to Germany in the second round.
Oh yeah,
Got smashed.
I was in Spain watching that on TV, and I called Gav, who were in your bar.
Oh, right, the Spanish game, that ending.
Because it was just after that Lampard goal that had fucking clearly gone in,
That's right, yeah.
and it bounced back out, and they didn't give
Oh,
it.
that one,
But
game,
England
yeah.
wouldn't have won that game.
No,
anyway. But the England can pin that on why they didn't win it.
And do you know the only undefeated world team at that World Cup?
Yes, I do.
You know.
What?
Which team went undefeated at that World Cup?
Well,
Undefeated. Spain lost to Switzerland first game.
I don't know. I don't remember. Australia or something.
Yeah, New Zealand.
New
And
Zealand.
they made a DVD
The
about
All
it.
Whites.
The All Whites. They're called Undefeated.
How did they do that then?
3 draws.
3 draws.
And everyone was yeah, they should have beaten Italy. Yeah, should have knocked Italy out. Yeah.
But yeah, so that was my fucking favourite World Cup, the South Africa one, because I was in Spain. Shima had come over, I think last 16. Or end of the group stage, last 16, and Japan beat Denmark to go through. We got fucking pissed, and we got back to my house, and I'd heard on radio before there'll be 50,000 World Cup babies born this World Cup because people celebrating the team winning. I went, 9 months later, after the Japan game, Sophia's born, and that's But then they played Holland in final. Spain.
Oh yeah.
I went down into the town centre and there were a huge fucking screens everywhere. Everybody was there, decked out in Spanish gear, and it was fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable. I called Gav, who was again in your bar. He passed. This was extra time. He passed the phone over to you. I said, Duncan, are you shitting yourself? And you were like, you couldn't fucking speak.
Yeah, I remember it.
I don't remember that.
You couldn't.
that
It sounded like you couldn't remember it.
Before the goal.
No, this were
After the goal.
No, this were. It blown for 90 minutes for extra time.
Right. Okay.
And I called, and he passed you over, and I couldn't understand a fucking iota.
Well, that
what he
was kind of extra time at a World Cup final. I mean, I'm happy we lost on a goal and not on penalties.
Yeah.
Imagine losing that final on the penalties, which has happened. Can't get any worse than
I
that.
remember that World Cup because I was in hospital because my kids gave me the mumps. And my balls were swollen up like that. I could remember I couldn't up to your bar. I was going to come up and watch it, and I couldn't drink for like a month. Yeah, because I got the mumps from my kids because they'd never been vaccinated apparently. Yeah, and fucking
I already got vaccinated for the mumps.
no, Japan they don't vaccinate for mumps. They got it and they gave it to me, and then I was crook. And then one day I woke up and I went back and I couldn't move. My balls were like this, and I had to go to the cock hospital. And every day a girl was like, she's doing this to me. And she's gorgeous and I couldn't feel anything. What?
So are you sterile now?
No, no, he said I was okay. Well, I had 2 kids already. You know, I was late 30s, so I didn't need any more.
A woman was slapping a ball.
Yeah, they come and like check him and like do like this. Like,
So just like patting a
Make sure
baby's
Did you know that? Did you know that?
and then like
I
the
want to
last
get
couple of days,
bumps now.
I was in the hospital 5 days. Then the last day started feeling good. And I was like, oh, this feels pretty good. And then, I was like,
So when you start getting an hard on, that's when you know you're on the road to recovery.
Well, she's touching your knob as well.
she come and look at it every day. Come and look at, grab it, and it was
Grab your knob.
yeah, it was soft.
Why your knob? It's
Well, it's a
your
ball, so she's got to lift. You know, have a, well,
Gotta get it out. Well, have a look.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Not slapping in the face or anything.
2006, I was in hospital in
What's wrong with
Kagoshima. I was doing a medical test.
Oh, you're doing this medical test, yeah.
And they injected me with something, and the World Cup final were on, and my fucking temperature shot right up, and I were having the shits, and I was sweating like fuck, watching Zidane just headbutt.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
French fella,
yeah.
just ran at him.
Italy won that final, yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
that's
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of that.
But I wonder how many threats Zidane got after that.
Probably not many.
How many? Holland have been to World Cup final 3 times and lost 3 times.
Yeah, all 3.
How
yeah.
many of them have you been alive for?
You would have been alive for all of them. 78.
Yeah.
Can you remember 78?
No, of course not. It'd be 3.
Oh, I would have been 7. Yeah. of
I
course.
remember 70. That was my first ever game.
I-
so I
71,
watched it.
74.
Yeah,
Eh?
71 would have been.
No, hang on. 74, 78 was finals, right?
74 you made the final as well, with
Yeah.
Germany, yeah. So
74,
74,
78,
78,
And then it's Spain.
2010.
Yeah.
2010, and...
No, he's only
it.
done it
Oh,
3
that's
times.
3 finals. Yeah.
So 78 you don't remember?
Well, being 3.
Yeah. 74, you weren't born.
No, I don't remember that either. Funnily enough.
Yeah.
I remember the matches we watched together. Okay, the last one we watched was Belgium, Japan. We went down to Kabuki Show. It was a little bar, because the hub had a cover charge, and we biked down. Japan are up 2-0, and they won 3-2. Remember that?
No.
2018 wasn't that long ago. And then
God,
2014, we went to watch Brazil-Chile with that miserable Scottish guy. He's going, "Come on, fucking Chile!" Your mate, that real miserable guy.
Oh, yeah.
There's
yeah,
been a lot.
Alan.
There's when everyone fucking Brazil, and he's shouting at them.
Now, this guy's memory is incredible.
There's just some people that
He was Scottish, yeah.
I've never been. I mean, the Scottish are the worst for it. I think they're the worst for it. I were in Australia.
Nam.
I were in Australia 2002, England, Brazil, and there were this fella just walking around in a Brazil top, just finding all the expats going. Why would you fucking do that?
Yeah.
Why would you? Oh, you pomba. What the fuck would you do that for?
Well, annoying customers in bars.
Yeah, just watching the football.
So the last time I was drinking with this man, we were in a pub and watching football.
Yeah.
And this guy was on every table, just harassing people everywhere.
This is when you're a mad fucker.
But this.
And I swear, I thought we were going to get into a fight. I told my Dutch mate who was with us, all right, this might get ugly. Get ready for some
What
action.
World Cup were it?
I think it might have been European.
2008.
Yeah,
It would have
was
been
it?
European
It
champ.
was 2000. Yeah, it was 2008 because it was Russia-Holland.
That's right, George. Yeah,
Russia
yeah,
knocked you out, didn't they? And I'd put on a T-shirt that said Soviet Airlines on the back. And this hostess came in, and I clocked her as soon as she came out. Fucking hell. And she were there with this fella
Customer.
who were paying for her
Yeah.
to be the company. And I thought, right, I'm going in there. So I went in, and she said, I said, I'm Russian, and these are my Dutch friends. Oh, you're Russian? And for some reason that piqued her interest. And this fella who's paying for it all, she's just going to him, drinks, and off we'd go.
That's what they do, yeah.
But
Yeah, like it doesn't. You make it sound a bit. Like you went to every other table as well, just annoying couples. And
Yeah, he
trying
told
to-
me you're worse than our Nathan. Yeah, with this.
Well, it wasn't worse, but you were getting
Yeah,
close to that kind of level of.
yeah.
We're going to get into a fight here.
But in 2008, I was of the thing as if you throw as much shit at the wall as possible, something will stick, and you'll come up roses with something. So those are my tactics. Those are my tactics. But your friend,
He was shocked, but he's traumatized. He still remembers you.
but he's the fella that used to come to Tokyo and just lose his shit for a few days.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
go
yeah.
back,
Sure,
didn't he?
Sipper. Yeah, I only met him once. Yeah.
No, he went to Philippines and fell in love with a whore, and sent him money, and he offered her an apartment in Tokyo while he lived in the north.
Did you go back and see her and she didn't really remember him?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I told you about it. I went back on some trip and I found the place.
Yeah.
I was really good. I've got to find this place. And she said, "What? That didn't happen." And I said, "I completely other story." Yeah.
But didn't he just drop you like a stone when you were on holiday? And
Well,
leave
he
you
he went his own way, which is fine. But he swears that he dropped her and he had enough of her, and it was the reverse. He was begging her to stay, but it's.
Do you still see him, or just once a year?
Occasionally, yeah.
He doesn't come and do those mad Airbnb vendors in Tokyo anymore.
No, I can't take it, and I don't drink that much, and I'd like to go on holiday with him again to do that again, but that would be a bit mad, I think. I don't know. But yeah, he really lost his mind. Yeah.
But did he just come down to watch a couple of games with you that time?
Yeah, a couple of games, a couple of drinks, but then after that, because he was still kind of within his normal. Later on, he would.
Did he lose his shit after 2008?
Yeah. He's just wherever he went, he was just out of his life, and would just drink and go to prostitutes and just really go berserk.
He was the most attractive man in the world, was he?
Nah, he wasn't.
No, he's not going to get it free. Yeah.
But
Interesting.
to have your wife and kids up north and especially where you were saying he lives. Just
Yeah,
like,
it's-
I'm fucking trapped.
Yeah, you can't
So
get
you
more
get out of it.
suburban than that. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
in the boondocks in North Japan.
I thought he lives in Ibaraki, doesn't he?
Well, that is the boondocks.
That's not North.
Oh no, but really in
The real
in
countryside.
the I mean,
Away
if you don't,
from
if you
sea.
don't, yeah, if you don't have a car,
Yeah.
you can't move.
anything,
You don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, his house is on a highway, and at the highway there's some point where there's a little path, and you have to go 10 kilometers inland,
Oh, jeez.
and then across rice fields. And at night he would have to have lights because there'd be snakes everywhere. And,
Jesus.
oh yeah,
What did he choose to live there for?
yeah. Who knows? The ways of the heart. Fell in love with this woman and had kids and put all his.
Well, so did
eggs
I,
in her
but
basket.
I wouldn't have fucking lived there. I mean, we both chose to live where we live because it's fucking brilliant.
So he bought a house there, quite relatively cheap and safety. I mean, you just something happens and people they find their wife and they're gonna have kids and they want to have safety and want that path. Can't blame people for wanting that. But yeah, he did go a bit berserk, and I saw him in action a couple of times, jumping on strip stages and
Yeah.
oh yeah, and just throwing money in the air and just
In Philippines.
yeah. He
So
knew.
we'll be throwing a couple of quid around, wouldn't
Oh
we?
yeah, it wouldn't have been more than £5. Yeah. But he did that kind of thing. He didn't do that. That wasn't invented yet.
35 pence.
It wasn't invented yet. But it was sort of come on. But yeah, just lose his mind and then go back up north and just go back to this
This grind.
very organized lifestyle that you couldn't believe.
I don't think I could live like that. You know, you
I don't know. People can, and people do.
Yeah.
The fact that you can't.
His wife
doesn't
has
mean-
got no idea of it.
What do you think? Of course he knows.
Well, she must have an inkling.
No. And if she does, she's pretending not to know this. I don't think she does. No, what do you mean? Everyone's got closets full of secrets, especially in the boondocks.
Yeah.
Living that kind of life, 9 to 5, and robotic lifestyle. That's quite hard to maintain in any country.
Euros next.
Yeah.
Where is it? It's Germany, isn't it?
I was waiting for the Asia Cup next.
Where's that?
Qatar. Oh no, I think it might be in Qatar actually. No, the last one.
Is it next year?
Yeah, it's usually a year after the World Cup.
The
so-
women's one is in New Zealand and Australia.
Yeah, I don't care about women's soccer.
I see. I've got a student that plays for the Japan team.
Bloody students.
I wouldn't watch a women's soccer match if you paid me. Or a women's rugby or a cricket match. I can't get excited about it.
No?
Yeah. I don't even like women's tennis. I'm funny like that. I don't watch women's
The
sports.
women, yeah. And
Boring.
we're on the women's sports. I'm only really into it because I'm one of my students.
Yeah. You know what I hate? Because I listen to the Football Weekly and I started listening to another one. It's all homosexuals, leftists, and women. Like, the last football podcast, that Frenchman, what's his name? The guy who gets in the Guardian one. What's
I
his
know
name?
what you mean, yeah.
And there's I went to talk about the Qatar human rights issues and this terrible. Like, no one cares. We just want to listen to Barry and the English bloke, and we don't want to listen to you or the
Are
Danish
you,
bloke.
are you up to the bar? Give us your mic, because
up
if
to the
if
bar.
we're talking, it's going to pick up you giving it. Give us a.
Oh, we might as well do a round, mate. You want to do a round?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
If you go to the bar, we're going to hear you saying, "Oh, can I have a martini with the lemon twist, please?" So.
No, I'm just
But
tired of
when I was cycling over, I was listening to Guardian one today,
Yeah,
and it's all about human rights and stuff
I
like
just
that.
said no one wants to listen to that rubbish.
They
cares?
got it out way at the start.
Yeah.
World Cup haven't finished yet.
Yeah. It just annoys me because
It's a football podcast.
and it's Barry, and it's what's the English guy who lives in Australia? What's his name?
Max.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
But then this Norwegian bloke's okay. But then Philippe, that's his name, Philippe
Yeah,
Auclair. He's a bit of a tosser. And then they get Nicky Bandandy, who used to be called Nico with a deep voice. You notice her voice is changing the last couple of years.
Right.
First she had a very deep voice. Now
Yeah.
she's like, yeah. And then Marcelo, the Argentinian, with the posh English accent.
Yeah.
And the guy in Spain, he's quite good. The English guy.
Sid Lowe.
Sid Lowe, yeah.
Sid Lowe. Yeah.
But the guy Archie in Germany, I guess he's English as well. Yeah.
But there's that one and the totally football one with Jim, whatever his name
Yeah,
is.
I haven't listened to
AC
that.
Jimbo.
I used to listen to Talk Sport. Was that
Yeah.
Alan Brazil?
Yeah. But it does seem to be being hijacked by all that stuff. But what I was thinking is, if it's that bad, they'll fucking rise up. You know, us Westerners going in there
such
and
hypocrites.
saying you shouldn't be. Look, you're doing this.
Oh.
You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing this, that, and the other.
Let people do what they want to do.
Look what we've been doing in Iraq and Middle East, you know, and then saying you shouldn't be treating gays like this. You should be letting people drink beer.
So yeah, he was going about
Fuck off.
and I talked to the Nepalese girl. I don't have a dad anymore.
Yeah.
No one has a dad in Nepal because they're all like the people. Most white Western people do not care about Bangladeshis, Indians who are Sadhus or whatever.
Who
They
live
don't
in
care.
England.
Yeah, the ones they don't care about the ones in England. They're not going to care about the ones in the Gulf. I certainly don't. I'm going to give a toss. I don't want to hear about them. I want to hear about the football, beers, funny stories.
Yeah.
I don't be hijacked by this woke leftist bollocks. That kind of annoys me.
I think I know what the topic is.
What are the Dutch saying about all this fucking
No,
zero
they're left,
gay
yeah.
shit?
Well, same as the UK. I think some bars aren't showing the World Cup because of it. So some football bars. It's incredible.
In Holland.
Yeah, pubs. I mean, pubs who are decked out with all the screens aren't doing our principle. All right, okay.
I wonder what they're saying in Italy because they got a fascist government. Good job, they'll probably say.
Well, all those bars that are showing it will take all the customers from those that are.
Oh, certainly. Yeah. I mean, but they knew that. Interviewing these owners, I'm going to lose money for it, but I feel strongly about it. All right. Well.
It's not going to make a blind bit of fucking difference.
No one cares.
No.
People just don't care. At the end of the day, like Harry and fucking what's her name, Merkel. They're the biggest fools in the world.
I am fascinated by that Netflix thing.
Oh, I haven't watched.
I watched a couple.
The thing that fascinates me is I cannot understand why the press were giving her so much shit. She just wants to marry somebody. You know, it's fucking.
She doesn't love him. She's just
embarrassing.
using them. She's just using him for her own. Because he's a ginger for a start. No one can love a ginger, and he's ugly. And he's just a royal. Like, how can he say like, "Oh, we fell in love straight away"? She can shag anyone in the world. Why would she want to shag him? You know,
She wants to be a princess.
yeah. It's like Ed Sheeran getting a beautiful wife, basically.
Well, he got all his banging. He was shagging that girl that he's with. He got all his banging out at work, and then he went back to her, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he got it out of his system.
Apparently, Harry's claiming in his book that his virginity was taken by a very popular English woman, Liz Hurley.
I thought it was Tamara Beckwith.
Liz Hurley said it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I didn't.
It was one of those socialites, Tamara Beckwith, or that other one that had died.
I don't know.
But I think one of them deflowered Prince William, and Charlie wasn't happy about it because Prince William must have been about 15.
Lucky bastard.
Yeah. But yeah, you wouldn't fucking marry into that family, would you? That rugby fella did, didn't he?
Yeah. Hey, she's what's his name? Haskell or what's his name? I forgot.
Tyndall.
Tyndall, yeah. But they're kind of lower. I guess they're lower rank.
Yeah, it's fucking shocking. It's
Yeah,
shocking.
Harry, because I listened to Piers Morgan because he had a big falling out with Meghan Markle.
Well, he was supposed to be going out on a date with her.
Oh, really?
And she
Didn't know
fucked him off
is
for
that
Harry.
right?
So that's why he's got his fucking knickers in.
I thought he was married.
No, she got shut of him.
No, he was married at the time.
Yeah.
He thought he was going to get a shag.
Is that, yeah. But I mean, if she's going to bang Piers Morgan, fucking hell.
So she just, Piers Morgan, she's doing it for her own political gains. She wants to become a politician in the US.
But fuck 'em. And I think with the Queen dying, and just that pettiness that they want allowed on balcony.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? Who gives a? I bet they don't even give a fuck. You know,
Waste of time,
you're not part of the royal family anymore because you don't do the duties, so you're not coming on the balcony. Oh, really? Fucking clutching your pearls, I'm shocked. I'm fucking shocked.
I hope there's some conversation about getting rid of that royal family.
No, I like the royal family, mate. I'm a monarchist.
I'm not.
Why?
Because I love saying it to British people because they can never be a republic until we're a republic, and we're never going to be a republic because Australians want to keep the monarchy as because it keeps what I think Australians don't want too many other people coming in and changing things, if you know what I mean. They want to keep it very South African.
White.
Well, it's not white, but like a lot of people say, if you get, they'll never become a republic because then they might get a president who mightn't be Australian, and he might invite people who are not Australians into the country, and might get taken over.
What's the percentage now that people, Republican and...
people love the Queen because the Anglos do anyway.
Let's talk about people loving the Queen. What's the percentage roughly?
Oh, it's probably because they had a chance in 1999 and they didn't win.
Yeah, but that's 23 years ago.
Yeah, so it's not going to win now. Most people are quite comfortable because they see what happens in like republics and all the dramas they have. So why fix something that's no need to break? It's not broken. So it's bad enough having a Labour government.
Yeah, but do you know the percentage roughly?
I'd say most people I know in Japan love the Queen. When we talk about the monarchy.
If there would be a vote, like a referendum. To
They'd probably do monarchy win easily. Yeah. But maybe the new Australians wouldn't vote for them because they're ungrateful. Kick them out, send them back on their boats. You better edit that out.
I couldn't believe how many people were upset when Queen died.
Yeah, I was upset.
Why?
Oh, it didn't really bother me, but I thought I should.
Crying?
I didn't cry.
I did not give a flying fuck. I was pissed off that they'd stopped football.
Yeah, that kind of annoyed me
And I was
as well.
pissed off that they stopped football for Princess Diana, and I thought, oh god, if they stopped
I didn't care when she died.
they're going to stop it for her. Yeah, everything seemed to stop. You're like, oh, for fuck's sake. And minutes silence, and I went into work and they said, oh, are you upset? I don't give a fuck. I'm not bothered.
Yeah, I got to say, because I was with this Canadian girl. She's like a Filipino Czech Canadian, and guy came because your queen is dead. She goes, oh yeah. So I said, she's not your queen. You're North Americans. You don't count. You're not even in our group. Fuck off. I said, there's only 4 countries that count.
So, are you not going back to that original job that you were at before?
Oh, I can't talk about it, yeah. No.
They're not even giving you that 1 hour?
No, end of the day, like it's kind of legally I could, but I'm over it, mate. I don't care anymore. So I don't get bothered by these things. There's always plenty of work out there, so you can always make money. So I don't get stressed. I used to get stressed, but it doesn't bother me anymore because I always get a job.
Yeah. At the docks.
Yeah, work down the docks. I knew a guy who was working down the docks. He was desperate, loaded.
But I was finding
favours for sailors.
I was finding it difficult because of my age. Yeah.
I smile a lot, mate. Friendly.
Well, I'm fucking not. That's why.
No, I don't think. I think as long as you have you can get certain. There's always jobs out there because, at the end of the day, we've been underpriced by the where we like to go for holidays, and they've taken it. But then people realise, well, you get what you pay for. If you buy a second-hand car, it's not going to be reliable and work very well. If you buy a brand new Mercedes, it's going to do the job. So there's plenty of work. I looked at different things as well. Even said to my mate, I can come pack boxes. So my kids are almost. My son, he's got 1 more year of private school, and so I'm kind of. Daughter's getting free fees at university and getting money, so she's working. So I don't have to worry about her.
Yeah,
so I still have to pay her accommodation.
I've just got another 10 year of a
and
grind.
you might be dead by then.
Yeah. Looking on the bright side.
Cheers.
So this bloke, I might, touch wood, I might have something. So I was talking to the guy the other night. He said, "Oh, after 10 years you can quit and you can get this pension thing. You'll be like 62." And I said, "I might be dead by then, though. No one's in my family for generations has lived past 60."
Wow.
60?
Yeah, my dad died before 60. His father died before 60, and his grandfather he was a pisshead and got run over by a tram on the docks.
You can't blame that on the DNA. She got run over by a train.
No, I guess
But you're healthier than what they were, aren't you?
Yeah, there's
Yeah, I
better
don't drink.
healthcare
I'm
available.
not an alcoholic and don't chain smoke. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that'll help.
It must be a Norwegian thing because my mum's partner, he's a Norwegian.
Is it?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that bloke.
he's the one who's going a bit loopy. Yeah. Like he's running out and he said to my mother the other day, "I don't want to give your son anything. Why do I have to give him 50% when I die?" Because he's got 2 kids. One's mad. That's why he's probably mad. And one's got it's selfish. So my mother, actually, I shouldn't really say this, I might watch this, but she messaged him and said, the son, like, you've got to come visit your father and take him to hospital because he won't let me take him.
Yeah.
Because he hates me because he abuses all the time. He
Yeah.
said to my daughter, "Your grandmother's a liar." He does all this. Yeah, he's mad.
Yeah.
You know? But the son didn't even reply. Doesn't even come visit him. Apparently, because the son's wife doesn't like this. My mother's partner. Yeah. So it's just it's mental. Yeah.
That is
So I
weird,
can't go for. If I wanted to, I don't want to go for a holiday. But if I wanted to go for a holiday, I couldn't stay because he wouldn't want me to. He'd probably charge me.
How old is he?
75.
Loaded, right?
No, he's Norwegian, the tight cunts. He's just
But
fucking.
All Norwegians
They
get this.
write things down like that.
They get a wedge, don't they?
Yeah, he gets a good bit of money. He gets that nice pension. He was an architect.
Yeah.
But the thing with the Scandies, I find they're extremely boring and they're cheap. They don't like spending money.
Yeah.
In Spain, maybe it's a bit different.
They go to Spain to let loose.
Yeah,
In Spain.
buy.
So
Yeah, booze, mainly booze.
Yeah.
Because the booze is so expensive there.
Yeah.
So they go to Spain just to fucking. A lot of them kayaked with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your favourite Scandies?
That's Swedish.
They're the nicest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Most boring
had
Danes?
in
Norwegians?
Denmark.
Yeah.
Denmark, yeah.
Well, they're Germans, really. Yeah.
The Icelandics are the fucking craziest.
Oh, because they're Irish. They're mixed with the Irish.
Yeah, but they're not really Scandis, are they?
No, they're just sent over.
Yeah,
Norwegian,
yeah.
the Irish slaves came up.
Yeah, but I think it's the further away you get from that North Sea, because with Norway they're getting battered, like I'm like Holland, they're getting battered off that North Sea.
Bergen and all
Fucking
that.
Yorkshire, we're all miserable fuckers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's the sort of soften into Sweden, and I don't know Finland. I don't know what
Well, this-
people in Finland are like.
They're not actually Scandinavians. They're a different type of people.
Yeah.
They're
yeah, the language on itself, right?
related to Korean, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't correspond to Latin or anything.
No, so he's just so my daughter. She usually sends me text every day. And she said we're going for dinner because he's sort of like he's making my daughter pay like.
He's making her pay.
Well, he's complaining like she was eating all his oranges, his mikan, and he was getting upset, so she started to eat more. She's telling me, don't be mad, like madman. What is this? Okay, I might take my mother, said that maybe Robert, she can't spell Robert, Robert's jealous of me. I was like, why? But he doesn't have family here, and they don't even contact him much, and they don't like him. Something weird. Yeah.
Is your mum being all right with her?
Oh, she's good with my daughter now. She is, yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's really kind to my daughter. Because I said, she might have to come back early. You know, 'cause she's pretty not traumatic, but she's having a bit of a miserable time, and Robert's complaining. He tried to charge her rent. She's a student. He's with her grandmother. He got there to save money, and he said, "I want you to pay $100 a week because you're eating too much food."
Jesus.
Because he's mad. He's gone funny about money.
Yeah.
He used to be quite generous. Well, not really, but yeah, he's careful with his money.
How did he end up in New Zealand?
Well, he was originally from New Zealand, and he went over to England and he played for Leighton Orient,
Yeah.
apparently. And then he went to Sweden, Norway, met his wife, and he's an architect. I never really asked him, but he's all right. Yeah, he wasn't a bad guy. He didn't,
Just
first time we had a falling out, he kicked me out of the house.
Yeah.
Because I had an argument with my mother. He goes, "Get out!" I said, "By the way, you're fucking fat." Because he's quite vain. That really upset him. And I didn't speak to my mother for 8 months, and they came over. Yeah. And I became friendly with him. Then I had to suck up to him for years because he's looking after my mother financially. So I had to be kind. I sent him presents.
Yeah.
Yeah, send him free stuff like I gave you. He likes that stuff, yeah. But he was all right. He was all right, but apparently he's gone nuts. So, so the sooner he's in the box, the better. By the sounds of it.
How old is he now?
I think he's 70. He might be 76. Yeah, so
Has he been over here to see you?
he's been here twice. Yeah, yeah. But I took him out drinking one time, and I took him out to to the hub to a Numi Holiday. It was some event. Some guy was leaving, and he got on well with Lloyd. He really liked Lloyd. Yeah.
Says a lot.
I were talking to Duncan. I was trying to get my dad over here.
He's told me,
My friend were coming over, and we were going to bring him. What do you say?
Like chaperone.
Chaperone.
Yeah,
They were going to chaperone him over. Me and my friend Julian were going to climb Mount Fuji and then take him back. No. And he's. I speak to him now, and he's hunched over in the living room with fire on, a fucking blanket over him, freezing because he can't put the heating on. It's -3 in UK.
Yeah, I saw that. -5
It's a
a couple of days
snow
back.
Yeah. And the fucking gas bills through the roof. And I said, well, you should have come here. What the fuck?
Has your dad got a garden?
Yeah.
And like, who's shoveling the snow for him and stuff?
Nobody.
So how does he get out of the house if it's all this snow everywhere? So he's stuck.
Just stuck.
It's all good
what a
ice over.
life, mate.
Yeah.
That's why I say you got to. I wish I'd done more for my dad. I should just almost kidnapped him
Yeah.
and brought him to Thailand or Philippines.
Yeah.
Put him in some very luxurious kind of place with air conditioning and a garden, something and a little place with a couple of British little pubs and stuff.
My dad come over and went nuts.
But man,
Yeah.
He was hanging out, mate, he was in Roppongi and that. He was banging chicks and cops got called once.
Yeah, I don't think my dad would have done that.
This every night.
my dad says to me, I tell him what we can do. Oh, it's as easy as that, and it's just as easy as that. I said, well, yeah, it is.
No, but that's the old. It's old people's mentality, especially British mentality. Old people in old British people have that mentality. We can't do anything else. It's just we're just going to crumble up and die. I think you just have to almost kidnap this man.
Well, if your dad wasn't going to move to Australia to take the chance, he's not going to come here for a holiday, is he? Yeah. You reckon he regrets never going to Australia?
No.
No, he doesn't care.
Nope. Don't give a fuck. I got a bit fucking. Before I went in 2002, I was getting a bit. No, these fuckers want to. We'll see you when you get back. I said, well, it's going to be a year. Just do, because I'd never been away from home as long as that before. I said, don't you want to come see it? No. Because it was just my mum and dad.
Did they take you to the airport?
Took me to the airport. That were it.
Drop you off?
Yeah, that were
Did
it.
they come in and have a coffee with
They
you?
came in. Yeah. And that were it.
See you later. Yeah. Was that with the ex-girlfriend?
Yeah.
Did her parents come as well?
Yeah. But, I mean, the fucking places I've been, and even on my own, with kids or whatever, you just there think, oh, fuck, if my dad were here now, I could show him that, I could show him this.
Yeah.
Stuff he's never seen before. But,
Where's your dad been to?
Greece, Spain, Portugal.
That's it?
That's it.
So, do you think he would like Thailand? If you went to a nice area with a bit of beach, a bit of
Everybody fucking likes
English
that.
pubs.
Everybody
Everyone likes
that.
Thailand.
But he don't go to the pub.
No,
a
but
drink.
he can get a
Not
Sunday
that
roast or something.
Yeah.
Or
My mum made him drink. My mum
Oh,
used
so he
to-
didn't like drinking, did he?
I don't really. My mum used to make him drink because, right, if you're drinking, I'm not an alcoholic. So my dad would not as much as my mum, but he would.
He didn't like it, he didn't enjoy it. So he doesn't drink at all now.
Because my mum's family and my dad's family are two different fucking chalk and cheese. My mum's family fucking boozing and kicking the fuck out of each other.
Yeah.
My dad's family were into motorbikes and engineering. I've fucking no idea why my dad married my mum. Fucking no idea. Every fucking wedding, Christmas, kicking fuck out of each other. Everybody.
yeah, it doesn't sound like a great Christmas to me.
It's not there. My family quite nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and not the great grandkids, because I was the youngest grandkid, and then the oldest grandkid were closer in years to me than the next cousin.
Yeah.
So we'd sit there and go, right, who do you think's going to be eating? Who's going to be the first one to start? That would be the first conversation we had.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, my mum got drunk one night. My dad were dancing with my mum's cousin's wife. My mum's two sisters went into the toilet, beat my mum up and said, get back out there and save your marriage. And then they went to my mum's brother and said, look at John, look what John's doing. So my mum's brother beat my dad up. That's the stock I come from.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah. Merry Christmas. Peace on earth.
Oh,
I remember some Christmas in my family, and there was a bit of shout to go. My dad would get pissed, and he would shout things out. That would be it. And I'd be outraged. Oh, this is horrible. But listening to your story,
I've seen people getting kicked into Christmas trees and just fucking baubles going down.
that should be made into a movie because no one would believe it.
But listen, you ask. I bet if you ask 10 Northerners, they had a Christmas like that. I bet at least
You think
3
so?
of them did. Yeah. Oh yeah. The fucking alcohol is rampant up north.
What do you think?
Oh, I just remember one. I was a kid, so I went with my aunt, my maddest aunt, her first husband. His name was Tangawai, Maori guy, and there was their neighbours were they were they were a Krim family. I've been in the jail a lot, and I'd always given my aunt's husband shit or something, because he was a Maori or something. I don't know why. I remember I was across the fence, and my father and my uncle, and they're punching on with these 2 guys. It was around Christmas time. They're having like a full-on brawl across the fence, like this way. And Uncle's a Maori guy, so he's not small.
Yeah.
I remember. I wasn't very old. Yeah, that's the one I remember. Yeah, I don't remember fights.
But it just doesn't seem the same when sun's out. This is in the depths of winter when people
Yeah, it was
kicking
sunny
the
there,
fuck
yeah,
out of
yeah.
each other.
Well, that's the thing.
Shorts. Yeah.
So our image of you guys in that area, because it's so dark and horrible in North Europe in the winter, it's just
I
it's
can't
nasty. And so you guys in the sun on the beach running around.
Yeah, but you got a lot of chavs down there. You got a lot of bogans and idiots, and the soccer yesterday. So there's always, you check out. There's a new guy on YouTube called Spanian, and he's a Krim.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's got this new language. Everything's Ojin, and he's like, lads, I'm with the lads, and Ojin, and yeah.
What's origin?
I don't know what it is. It's a new Sydney speak. It's like
Original
OG.
gangster.
it's Oj. Spanian. Check him out on YouTube. He's annoying. I watch him. He's not as good as Ed Sweeney in Thailand, but he's like a Krim. They always talk about, I watch things about jail. He's like, when I was in jail, we make our cup noodles. Oj, bro, Oj. And he goes around fast food restaurants looking for the best kebab in Sydney, the best chicken. And he's just he's just an idiot. Yeah. So you got those type of people in Australia too. And there is an uncouth underclass in
I think
Australia.
it would have been a lot easier to deal with sun out.
Well, that's it. We have this notion that if only the sun was shining, everything would be better.
Yeah.
We would be
And when
miserable.
the sun does shine, it's fucking
great,
great.
yeah.
It doesn't shine that often though. Yeah.
So it's like our image of paradise is you guys, because you got the sunshine and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
We can't imagine anything being bad.
That's all we need, though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
So-
yeah.
But not everyone lives at Summer Bay and home and away. You know.
I know, but that is the
Yeah.
image that people
Yeah.
have in North Europe,
And
and
that's-
you're right. It's not true. You're
No,
absolutely
no.
right.
And the Kiwis and the Australians think that we're having this Dickensian Christmas. don't
Yeah. So I remember
Singing carols.
I'd love one day to go to England and have a real Christmas or America.
Yeah.
And I said I've done them. They're horrible.
I'll show you a real Christmas. As you go flying into
Well,
Christmas.
she's probably having a Christmas like you this year. Yeah, well, it sounds of it.
Yeah, but that's why the impact of the sun is so huge. Because
Yeah.
when the sun does hit,
Yeah.
it's just like, quick, get out there. You know,
Yeah.
get burnt to a crisp. And
Yeah.
No, I never. I haven't had Christmas for years. I get depressed Christmas here because married to Japanese. They don't really care, do they?
I don't care about Christmas. There's
But
no,
you're edgy everything, mate.
there's no tree, there's no trimmings, there's nothing up.
You got no tripod tree at the other day.
No,
What about your poor kids? Don't care.
Fuck Christmas. No.
So they're going to be miserable when they get older too.
Well, they don't bother with it. I just can't see the fucking point. One Christmas, we were going up to my auntie's house, and there were a fella that had tripped in the street, and his fucking leg were off to one side.
Yeah.
And my granddad's friend. Now, my granddad's this old fella. He wasn't in his 80s yet, and he just went. It were in snow.
Yeah.
And it was his mate, and he was, oh yeah, that's so and so. He's an arsehole. Carry on. So we just left him. We slowed down. We saw it was. We fucked off.
Have you ever had a white Christmas? You must have.
Yeah. This was a white Christmas because he'd slipped in snow.
Oh, okay.
So we go up my auntie's. My granddad got pissed. Everybody got pissed.
Yeah.
And he'd gone upstairs to the toilet. And you know those pensioner slippers?
Yeah.
that slip on that are just like fucking ice skates on carpet. He were in some of them. So next thing you hear is fucking thump. And he'd gone all the way down the stairs and he'd put his head through my uncle's organ. Right? Fucking head-shaped hole in organ. Ambulance come, fucking took him away, he'd lost the last tooth in his head. Anyway, comes to in hospital bed, and the fella that he just said, "Oh fuck it, leave him," we're in next bed to him with a broken leg.
You know, one of the best Christmas memories I had was in England, and I remember it was 1995 in Brighton. I was in this, it was a pub, and I was going to work at I was just before I was going on shift. I worked in a bar as a doorman and a bartender, a place called Swift's. But me and this other guy, he's a Tongan Kiwi guy, and we used to go have a beer on a Saturday beforehand and have a snake bite.
Yeah.
Half
cider, half lager.
Yeah, the black currant. It was snowing in Brighton, and it was really cold. And he's sitting there singing, like he'd never seen snow. And like I'd been in Canada the year before, so I'd seen it. It was just, this is magical. Isn't this fantastic? It's probably a couple of days before Christmas. I remember that quite well. 27 years ago, I guess.
19, so you'd be what, 24, 25?
Yeah, about that. Yeah. You sound really old now.
But I mean, Brighton. It's not England. It's nice down there.
It was pretty nice.
It's
actually.
Nice.
I had a good time down there. I should have stayed instead of going to London.
Yeah.
People are nice down there too.
I mean, it's a big gay town, so that helps.
Gays are friendly. Yeah.
Manchester's a nicer town than Liverpool.
Yeah.
But fucking the northern Christmases in 70s and 80s.
I was just watching Coronation Street the other day. Every year I watch Coronation Street Christmas specials from the 70s and 80s with when Bette Lynch and married Alec Gilroy.
Yeah.
And Hilda Ogden's farewell do. I was watching that the other day.
Alec Gilroy, yeah.
And he's trying to charge everyone. He said, we should put the prices up 20p for Christmas.
First piss.
But yeah, when did you have your first Christmas in England?
6 years ago?
Really?
That's right, your aunt paid for you to go over, remember?
Yeah, just once. I had one Christmas.
Remember that? Yeah.
It was good, but it wasn't.
She's quite posh, isn't she?
Oh yeah.
Did she pay for you to go over there?
Well, there's a lot of extra help, but not that much. No, I paid for my own way, but she put us up and stuff. And
You paid your airfares?
no,
Oh, she paid for the airfares?
I paid for my own airfare.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, she made a beef Wellington,
Yeah.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
This is one of the best food I've ever had in my life.
Duncan, the most sounding Dutchman in the world. Duncan's
Meat in a pastry.
Yeah, it was great.
Maybe you went over. Yeah, maybe you went over for that. Yeah. Something I forgot.
What are you doing for Christmas this year?
He remembers my whole life.
24th, son's got a game, and I'm not going to go to it. So, I used to because I got married on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Fucking time, yeah. Oh, I signed the paperwork. So my wife it'll be 20 years, makes a big deal about it. So I don't see why. So
Is it 20 years this year?
yeah, his daughter will be 20 in April. Yeah. So I said, she says, "What are you going to do for Christmas?" Every year I said, "Well, you're a Buddhist. You don't need a present."
So you're calling me a miserable bastard.
Yeah, no, I don't get into it. I like it. I expect a present. I usually get something cheap, but she goes, "What do you want to do?" And I said, well, "What do you want to do?" I said, "Well, there's no turkeys this year, so I wanted to have a party, get a couple of people around. I was going to invite you guys. You wouldn't come, yeah."
I would have come actually.
Because no, your podcast, you said, "Oh, you go up to Jamie's 50th," and you said, "No, I can't be fucked." So, you got to come up and make some new mates. That was a good night.
That was a good little session, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good session. Brian being Brian.
Well, didn't somebody manhandle Lloyd and no one knew who it was?
No, Lars got him Lars got Lloyd in a headlock, and then Brian was like trying to bugger him from behind.
You see, that's why I didn't come.
Yeah, but no
'Cause
one
I
knew
would
it
have
was
been
Brian, because
sober.
Brian doesn't do that.
No, he did do that because Lloyd said, "I don't know about that, your mate Brian." He's always, because every time he's met Brian, I think it's a few birthdays before, and then my mate gave me some stuff, and I didn't, and Brian just grabbed it and swallowed everything, and then he was like dancing around, and everyone's like, "What is that bloke doing? He's going to be awake for 24 hours," and he went home at 11.
Oh, yeah.
Is he still not slowing down?
No.
He did do this to me a few months ago. Grabs your head.
For what reason? Because we were pissed.
Yeah.
He kisses, man. He
Yeah.
grabs your head.
Yeah, he'll just suddenly touch your faces and
For what reason?
You
Yeah.
do it like
reason,
this. Yeah. I don't know.
or start shouting.
He wasn't shouting. Yeah. Have an intellectual conversation for an hour, and then he just goes
He's
down.
lost. He's lost.
By,
It wasn't
by,
even
the,
a
by the time
Norwegian.
we get to his 8th pint.
Yeah. He goes home at 9, doesn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he has his automatic pilot, and he might shit himself, but he'll get there.
Follow you on the train. He tries to get off at your station. You've got another hour to go, mate. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
have you not been pissed since you shit all over the house?
Oh, not really. No. Myself again. No, but I've been hearing about a lot of people shitting themselves recently.
Is it men in the 50s that are drunk?
This guy's almost 60. He did it in Thailand. Yeah, he said I did a Jamie. I did it everywhere.
Did a
all
Jamie.
over the hotel. Yeah. No, I haven't done it since then. No, but yeah, that was terrible that night. No lunch.
What was the night?
It was a daytime. We started at 3 o'clock. That's when the pubs first opened, 2020.
Was it a Nomi Hodai we sorted
No,
out?
we just went out and went nuts. We went and watched the rugby. I can't remember going there. Can't remember going to Tonga. And just can't remember shitting myself.
Was it the night in Shinjuku where there's two Kiwis, the two rugby
Oh, we're going to
players?
fight them. No, not the rugby players. The irritating guy. White guy has been a dick. Yeah, going to fight him.
You
Yeah.
were going to fight him?
I don't like that. Yeah, he's this particular person from New Zealand. He's a dick. He causes trouble and stuff. They just need yeah. A couple of times I've seen him out, and there's almost not me, but it's always like he comes close to blows with people.
Yeah.
So I don't like white Kiwis. They're either arseholes or they're boring,
Yeah.
or just stupid. Like I only like Maoris and Islanders who are Kiwis for some reason.
The Maoris that I worked with in Australia were, to a man, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And then, yeah, you're probably right, the white Kiwis.
Something about them. Yeah.
You've never been, have you?
No. I
I
got
got it for 3 weeks, and you told me you depressed you and you left.
I've got
Oh,
three cousins who left to New Zealand on different times,
Yeah.
moved over there and live there now. 3 different areas, but they all moved
No,
over.
the English ones or Dutch ones?
Oh, all English. Yeah. One went first, and there was a visit and marriage, and then the other one after a couple of years went, and the other one went.
I'll go back because I've got a lot of friends there now that were inviting me over. But when I went, I just had a fucking party for 6 months in Sydney, and then I went to. It's like going from the fucking hacienda to here.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like you go, you've been to Sydney, it's a great city,
Yeah.
everything's happening. You go to New Zealand, and everything's shut down.
But it looked like Yorkshire.
It doesn't look like Yorkshire.
So cheap and stone walls.
Yeah, that architecture is kind of.
It's far away from
English.
the Yorkshire Dales as you possibly could be. It looks like the Yorkshire Dales.
that is a
find
bit
it
weird,
different.
yeah.
It depends where you go. Like
I hear that a couple of times.
Brian
My cousins
reckons.
too.
What did Brian have said? He goes, New Zealand's Scottish, but it feels American, and Sydney's English and fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sydney. No, I think Sydney's Irish and fun because you go to all those bars under Bridge.
Oh, they're all Irish pubs. Oh, they're great. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got every. It's all Irish music.
Yeah.
Feel the banjos and they've got the Gaelic shirts on, and they're just playing the
But they're all
banjos.
Pommy backpackers.
Yeah.
You've been to the Fortune of War, yeah? I've got a Fortune of War story. You know that's the oldest pub in Sydney,
Is
down
it
the rocks.
Fortunes of War? I thought it was a Man of War. Fortunes
That's
of
called the
War?
Fortune of War. Yeah, it's the oldest pub in Sydney. Yeah. So I remember one time, 1990 actually, and I went in and I had my favourite shirt I bought in Bali. I lived in this horrible flat, dirty, and we're all young. And going out, and a cockroach, because I used to wear jeans for 2 months at the time.
Yeah.
Cockroach crawled out of my pocket on the bar. Oh, this is a filthy bar. This is like a cockroach. Yes, it just crawled out of your pocket. I'm like, oh, okay. That's I met the Greek. Oh, I got a
Where were you living when it was in that shit apartment?
Maroubra Beach, across from the Maroubra Bay Hotel.
Yeah.
You want to hear a pretty disgusting quote? So I was talking to my ex-girlfriend
about
today. So how's swinging? Good, we had a play date last night. Girl was too skinny. But she wanted me to fist her. Could you fit it in? Yep.
Jeez, where is it? Where is it?
Sydney. Yeah, she's a mature woman. Yeah, lucky I didn't marry her.
Life would have been oh so
Yeah, I
different.
want to be that fisting skinny woman.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
Charming.
That's the Christmas spirit.
Fisting a silly woman.
What are you doing on 25th?
Nothing. I'm working.
I think I'm the least religious one at a lot of us, and I'm getting in the garb and marrying people.
Oh, I'd be busy, yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday I married a Korean couple. No, a Korean woman and a Japanese man, and they wanted the ceremony in English, right? Just because then nobody understands you. So I had to do it all in English, and nobody understood a word I was fucking saying.
It doesn't matter. It's just you're just on a cabaret show.
But
Yeah,
I found it more difficult because I'm so used to doing it in Japanese that when I had to do it in English, I'd go to say the Japanese word and I'd have to stop myself and then just come up, freestyle it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they all seemed very happy. Now, what I was thinking was, I come to an enlightenment, but the Japanese women were in the kimonos and the Korean women were in the
Korean drip things.
whatever that was, and I think there's less Japanese kids because it's a lot quicker to get a Korean woman out of those clothes than it is a Japanese woman out of a kimono. And I think if they were keeping the kimono on, if you throw your fun juice everywhere, it's going to cost a lot to get that kimono cleaned. Whereas the Korean traditional garb looks a bit cheap.
Yeah, they got their kind of fucking.
But yeah, she had. It's like a fucking.
Yeah, they crush the breast.
And it's all pushed in like this. But yeah, the Korean bride was
You want to
beautiful.
find? Yeah.
Do you want to wrap this up now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the toilet as well.
I want to go to the toilet.
So Merry fucking Christmas.
Right.
Merry Christmas.